Okay, so I wrote down a list of things of what we did whenever we were out of town. I had to write down the list because there's no way I could remember everything. We actually did quite a bit over the Thanksgiving break, vacation time that we had, which you'll see footage of all of this, just short clips of everything, nothing too detailed or too long. There's just a lot of short clips in there. So we first had, of course, the car cleaned, and you'll see that first off, but we did head to Chicago. We drove all the way there, and the reason why we did that was because we wanted to see John's grandmother for Thanksgiving, and she was gonna be alone, so we wanted to spend some time with her. Unfortunately, we do live in East Tennessee, so we had quite the drive there. I think it was over the course of 11 hours that it took for us to get there, maybe a little bit longer. But anyways, on the way there, we drove about 9 or 10 hours. I can't remember exactly. We stopped at somewhere in Indiana. It was almost Chicago. And we stayed the night there in a hotel. And then whenever we woke up, we had some breakfast. And then we drove for maybe an hour more, an hour and a half, no more than that. And then we finally was able to see her. But she does live in like this assisted living apartment complex area where they actually have like their own restaurant inside, library. They also have their own like on-call doctor. It's just really neat, but it's of course for older people that would like to have, you know, help that's very close around. And it is very expensive to stay there, but you know, her husband had passed away, I think about 2 years ago, from cancer, and she just didn't want to live in the big house that she had anymore because it's a lot of care and upkeep, and with her being all by herself and getting older, she just didn't have it in her anymore, and she just wanted a smaller place. So they ended up selling that house, and that's where she moved. And so that's where we visited her. And for the Thanksgiving day that we showed up, the restaurant in these apartment complexes actually they were open, and they had a Thanksgiving dinner. And it's really cool too, because once you have like your monthly rent that you pay, she wanted to pay for our Thanksgiving dinner. So that's what she ended up doing. It was just tacked on to her monthly rent at the end of the month. But it was just really nice. She ended up buying us Thanksgiving dinner, and we actually were able to have a meal, and it was really good actually. And then after that, we played some games that night, and we left the next day probably around 1 or 2 her time, and headed to Knoxville. And the reason for that is because we were planning on surprising Mason with, we call her Auntie KK, which is my sister, and her kids. She has 2 daughters and her husband, and we've never been able to surprise him with anything like that before, so that was definitely worth it. But anyways, we drove all the way to Knoxville, which I think was maybe a little over 9 hours. We got there maybe around midnight that night, and stayed the night in another hotel. Woke up the next morning, and I think, yeah, we stopped at Dunkin' for breakfast. Well, we just had coffee. Mason had breakfast. And we did a little shopping before we met up because they were having pictures taken with their family first. And then after they were done, we met up at this restaurant. I think it was called John Carino's or something like that. It's in Pigeon Forge. It was a really nice Italian place. It was really good, but it was a little pricey though, but totally worth it. So we had lunch there, and then we ended up at this toy box golf place. It was more like putt-putt, but they call it golf. And a lot of the figures that were in the golf park was oversized toys that 90s kids grew up with, like Toy Story or the Sorry game. Lots of Legos, even though that's like way before that time, but just really cool place for kids to play some golf. So you'll see clips of that. The kids, of course, had a blast with everything that we did, and it took about 20 times for them to make the golf ball into the hole, but it was still well worth it. After that, we went to this trampoline place that was right next to the toy box golf place. They jumped for an hour just to get out all their energy because they were pretty energized. So it was a good idea, because after that they were all really, really tired. And then after that we went and did a little more shopping. I think we went to Ross and Goodwill. I think that was the only places that we went. And then we went out to a Mexican restaurant. And after that we said our goodbyes. But that's pretty much the whole video. And like I said, they're all going to be super short clips, but I hope you enjoy.
Mason, do you see yourself?
Yes.
I'm recording. You want to say something?
We have to record now.
Say hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
I'm not getting all the stuffing. You have no idea where we're going.
What?
You have no idea where we're going.
A hotel.
No. We have a big surprise for you. Are you excited?
Yeah.
You'll see it in the morning.
Yeah, I will.
Do you want to guess what it is?
I don't know what it is. But I am guessing.
What's your guess?
It's bicycle.
What?
I guess it's bicycle.
A tricycle?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what to do with that. Outfit for Thanksgiving. Big nice warm coat because we're in Chicago. Very comfy.
We're gonna go eat. There you go. She took a wrong turn. Now we're not gonna go eat because it took the wrong turn. That's what's going on. We are driving around. We're finally on the right road to go to town. We're driving. It's a truck. It's a car. It's another car. It's another car. It's a sign.
So John, well, if I can get it straight. John went into the Dunkin' to get us coffee, and we are just waiting in the car. We're gonna go to Ross real quick, drop him off at Goodwill because I know that's where he wants to go. And then we get to go to the surprise. Are you excited? No? He's acting funny. Are you excited?
Yes.
Yeah? Yeah, me too. You're gonna be so happy. He keeps guessing it's a tricycle, but it's not. Look at the mess in the back of the car. Hmm?
I think I know what it is.
What do you think it is?
Like, it's big. It's like Bill's birthday party, but maybe they're going there. That's maybe the surprise.
No, she already had her birthday. You can't have more than one birthday a year. So it's not for Abigail.
Then I'm not in my surprise.
Oh, yes, you are. You're getting your surprise. You just don't know what it is. I'm so excited, though. I'm going to record his reaction so that I could watch it, go back to it years long. But we've never been able to surprise him like this before, so it's going to be sweet.
Oh my goodness.
You better not be taking a picture of you.
I got the chicken Milano